Entrepreneurs are unfair lovers. RESHAPER. Hope you're doing well today. In today's video I want to share with you 3 things why entrepreneurs are good at dating. I know many people will say, hey, entrepreneurship and stuff like that, they're too busy to date people and stuff like that. And this is actually the reason. Because they're good in rationalize their own time, because they're good finding people, therefore they don't waste time to date thousands of people. To date 1 or 2 person, it's enough for them. To date 1 or 2 person, it's enough for them. Because they know the character. Many people who are entrepreneurs, they actually can read the mind from others. How they do it? Well, have you read like Sherlock Holmes in the past? The deduction method? It's exactly the same. You can start on, if you want to actually take a
prepare to fight.
Want to do the same, you can actually start on in just watching people, just watching on the facial expression, how they would look, and really have the sense of curiosity towards people, towards life, and see how the people walk, how they would talk, how the facial expression is, and then do certain conclusions and write these conclusions down. And then you can ask, in form of this conclusion, some of like 5 traits, and from these 5 traits you can go and ask this human being if he has these traits. Therefore you have your evidence if your conclusion was right or not, and how you can adjust it. This is really important trait of every entrepreneur, to see if this human being is suitable for our company, yes or not, if he can actually identify himself with ROI, yes or not. And this is really important. This is really important as an entrepreneur to know that. So the first thing what I want to say, what is really important as an entrepreneur, is to know how to frame. And entrepreneurs are really amazing at it. They know how to frame every single word, so they know actually how to close other human beings. And closing is not just by closing, taking money from someone or giving a service and then receiving money. And by the way, money is just a byproduct of it. No, they know also how to close other people, how to close even the opposite sex. And this is really important, they know it. And because they have the unfair advantage, they are better than the average people in closing. The second thing. What is the second thing what an entrepreneur have? They have money. More than normal people, of course, because they have not just one income streams but multiple. If you look like to the entrepreneurs like Dan Locke, he has a multiple 8-figure business and he has over 20 streams. It means when one stream is broken up, no problem, he can buy it with this 19 streams a new one. It's no problem for him. Or look on Richard Branson, he has over 300 companies. Every company is a separate stream. And I'm more sure that he has even more streams. So this is really important. And those entrepreneurs know exactly how to rationalize their time and how to build income streams and build new companies and build new income streams. If you compare with a normal worker with just one income stream, when it's broken up, he is broke, he is on the street, and the woman of his life is likely to leave him. It depends, of course, on the character of his or her partner. However, and this is what eventually can happen. And money is really important, especially in cities like Tokyo, where the average, where I have lived back then, you have like 4 quadrat meters, and I have paid like $600 a month. Or like New York City, I know people who have paid even more, or even cities like Geneva. You can actually see that money is really important aspect of our life, and you can't deny money. Money is really important if you want to be abundant, if you want to be everywhere. And this is actually the third thing. What actually the entrepreneurs have, what normal people not have, is abundancy. They're abundant because they have the money, because they have the authority, because they know how to actually handle their life and be the master of their own lives and not being guided by someone. but a master of puppets. You your own master of puppets, of your own puppet, and not by someone. Most people, 90% of this world, are guided by a master of puppets, which is just guiding them. However, if you become your own, if you really cut the strings and make your own strings to move your own puppet, your own body, this is where you start to become a master. This is where you start to get abundance. And this is where you start to follow your heart and take action, live your life you want to live, how my coach every time saying. So this is 3 things. RESHAPER. Where I got actually all this knowledge and all the things, it was my coach who has helped me to overcome my cave of madness. It was back then, like 2 years ago, when I was in Scotland, and in Scotland I felt myself really miserable, even deep to despair and close to perish. And before I perished, the very moment where I said, when right now nothing happened, I will jump from the train. And all of a sudden I have typed something between personal development, something like that, and I stumbled upon my coach. I was fascinated by his voice and by his story. And so I started to watch more and more videos, and then I actually overcome myself and went to the course. And throughout the courses, the things were a little bit awkward to me, and I really thought it was not a fraud. However, he was helping me to overcome it. And based on this, I also do currently offer 1 online discovery coaching session for free. So if you want to overcome your cave of madness, if you want to step out of this zone of being a non-entrepreneur, if you want to be an entrepreneur, or you are already an entrepreneur and want to go to the next level, you feel that someone is pulling your strings, cut them. And how to cut it, I will share with you in this very call. So RESHAPER. And another thing what my coach has told me is mastermind groups are the most powerful thing that you have, because people are sharing the stories based on their own experience, and they are also sharing their own knowledge and everything. If you want to contribute to the group, you're more than welcome. I will also chunk the link down below. So RESHAPER, tell me, what's the number 1 thing you've picked up so far? I do upload every single day, so make sure you hit the notification bell, subscribe button. If you got some value from it, hit the like button and share with your lovers, because I believe sharing is caring. And as always, RESHAPER, do not lie to yourself and pursue your passion now.